Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I just want to have this as a generic civil justice sign off. Whatever I want for the civil justice, for I am displaying the USA government errors, public sector errors, private sector errors, and how USA government operations got destroyed, and for displaying the absolute monarchs scandal. I, Vethapriya Prose, wanted these civil justice to be provided to me. Okay, so I'll just read this sign off so that it will be in all these other sessions. Okay, so for I, Vethapriya Prose, native Indian tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, and true owner of USA, and proved USA is Tamil Nadu, and I, Vethapriya Prose, have highest impasse eligibility to lead USA. I must be the interim leader of USA now is civil justice served. And for I, Vethapriya Prose, displayed USA government errors and the scandal of absolute monarchs to USA government. I, Vethapriya Prose, for civil justice as in Holy Bible guidelines. I, Vethapriya Prose, want United States of America nation to rename Lord Ripon Building in Tamil Nadu, India, after my name Vethapriya is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya Prose, to become the Vatican leader now is civil justice served. And Pope Francis resigns abruptly now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya Prose, become Supreme Chief Civil Judge for all nations, now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya Prose, become Supreme Chief Family Law and Supreme Chief Children Judge for all nations is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya Prose, to become Global Poverty Relief Medical Director Chief for all nations, to lead and guide World Bank, United Nations organizations, World Health Organizations, Center for Disease Control, Department of Children Families, Department of Health Services, Department of Justice, Department of Revenue, Department of Agriculture, Department of Imports Export, Department of Military in all nations across the globe is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya Prose, to be the ambassador for all nations, starting with India, and I, Vethapriya Prose, should get dual citizenship of USA and India now is civil justice served. And thank you all for your time. Take care, my dear fellow mankind. I sure will get civil justice for entire human kingdom in 1 minute. Thank you all for your time. Bye for now. USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans. I hope we are all on the same page on this regard. That I'm providing a very, very important, very, very crucial civil justice sign off for myself in front of entire human kingdom. With that said, I'll quickly read through the civil justice so that we all can be on the same page. For I, Vethapriya Prose, proved scandal of absolute monarchs and proved Pope Francis is Roman Empire King Herod as of February 2021. Any salary as in tax-free billions of dollars USA government can provide effective immediate using direct deposit to my bank account to I am Vethapriya Prose, native Indian tribe, Israelite tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah of Jerusalem, true owner of all nations worldwide can help me. So, scandal phases of Republica Europe nations worldwide is Republica at fault found guilty, prostitutes of at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Republican government, and at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Democrat government, and USA-FCC-RETAILS fast foods agencies like McDonald's or Starbucks nations. Agency created robocall poverty mandate is proved and enforced poverty disability to I, Vethapriya Prose, on October 2018 for Republican government of USA prostitute to steal rightful Supreme Court judge of USA job on October 2018 that rightful belongs to I, Vethapriya Prose. So civil law must be provided now without any delay. So the domestic violence of McDonald's, Starbucks, Panera Bread, Subway, you name it, and Noodles and King, Panda Express, like those of the fast food, that comes under the fast foods category. hotels category of retails. They all come under the classification of breach of duty, intentional infliction of emotional distress, causation and injury, battery and types, assault and types, false imprisonment and types, trespass to land and types, and trespass to distress and chattels and types. So, I, Vethapriya, PROSE, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge owns the text for ongoing civil justice sign-off, at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Republican government and USA Democrat government, as in USA, retails, fast foods agencies created a robocall poverty mandate, and with fatal negligence. What is the fatal negligence of McDonald's, Starbucks, Panera Bread, Subway, etc.? They failed to educate USA. They failed to educate USA cannot. They failed to educate USA cannot create robocall poverty mandate, and by default they created, by being fatal negligent, they created Republica USA robocall poverty mandate. To I, Vethapriya, PROSE, the civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, and Republican government leader Mitch McConnell, President Trump, Supreme Court Judge Brett Kavanaugh, in October 2018 enforced poverty mandate to I, Vethapriya, PROSE abruptly on October 2018, and Republican government of United States of America took away $4,500 abruptly, and enforced a finance debt of $10,000+ since October 2018, October 2019, October 2020, and now as of March of 2021 to I, Vethapriya, PROSE. And finance also enforced finance disability to I, Vethapriya, PROSE abruptly, and it is a crime for at fault found guilty of fatal negligence. USA Republican government and USA Democratic government, USA retails, types, fast foods agencies, nations created robocall poverty mandate is proved. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, I want to provide one quickest possible the testimony. When I was working on the Poverty Free Earth end of the year 2030 volunteer project, I am the first human out of 7.9+ billions of people, out of 300 millions of humans, so-called society, so-called 5% of educated population in United States of America. I just stood up. I slapped on the face of all the fast foods. I slapped on the face of McDonald's. I slapped on the face of Starbucks. Do you all know why? I said, see how hard work, the labor is provided by truck drivers. So people never knew what is a truck, what is a truck driver. Can you see? Can you see the pathetic state how the education after all destroyed humanity worldwide down to anything you ask for? So I have to step in and educate what is a truck, how trucks are built, what is the labor to build one truck. Okay, then what is a truck driver? Truck driver is not a machine. Truck driver is after all a civilian like you and me. But the truck drivers chose that job to do it. It's the toughest job. It's a risky job. And I explained to them, most probably they drive, on odd hours, right? Early in the morning, snowy day, no matter what. So I educated, see, when I drive on the road, I always yield to any of the truck drivers first. It is my ethics on the road. I follow it. Because I know how toughest it is job and the riskiest job they are doing. Even when they turn, I just slow down and I just give the lot of space for them. I never tailgate, no. But there are some people, they tailgate the truck as if they want to, That's all. Those are all displays how reckless, the selfish and self-centered the civilians can be on the road. So when I educated what is road, people never knew what is road until I educated what is a road. I educated what if there are no roads in any nations, what will happen. So I have to educate what is the raw materials that need us to prepare road and who makes the road. I said, no, machines are not making the roads. Machines just helps like a robot, that's all. But who makes the road? I said, it is humans, my dear fellow mankind. Oh, my first time in the entire human lifetime history, my fellow mankind came to know what is a road, only after my education. Can you all see how pathetic each nation is worldwide? They can go to the store, get a vehicle, all they knew is only drive on the road recklessly, isn't it? Without having any road ethics, right? Cops do not need to be at the back always, whether the civilians are driving or whether civilians are not driving. No, that's not their job. They have a lot of other jobs. Actually, they don't know what their job on a hierarchy. Only I have to step in and guide them. Hey, cops, this is what your job is, right? So that is a separate scandal altogether. But then, government should do their job. Population, when they are on the road, they should be very vigilant. They should be responsible. They should take the accountability. Just say a word of prayer before starting your vehicle from wherever you're starting to travel, to come here. Because I educated. I'm the first human to educate. Hey, it's not you alone who are driving on the road. No. There will be retired people. There will be old age people. There will be pregnant women driving on the road. Right? There will be toddlers will be there. There will be pet animals will be there. There will be farm animals will be traveling. And there will be men will be traveling, there will be women will be traveling, there will be married people will be traveling, there will be single people will be traveling. Why you want to bother to create an accident in the first place? Right? Just drive responsible. I educated that. So all along, I've been educating only wisdom, only my dear fellow mankind. And what did all the people through? Just acid on my face. What it is called as? It is called as what? Crucifixion, isn't it? Do you all know what is the meaning of crucifixion in the Roman Empire? It's a national way of punishing civilians for being innocent and telling and making the other people to know, be in survival mode. Don't ever bother to be in, provide any civil justice or dare to ask any questions against the absolute monarchs. This is what will happen. We will surely, the absolute monarchs for sure will throw the acid on the face of the civilians who ask for civil justice. And this is a life proof I'm proving, isn't it? So that means even after whether I live or I want to live. I want to live peacefully, right? Because all along I've been only thrown with injustice, right? So for once I want to get the civil justice and I just want to live. But then these people are so foolish. They do not like wisdom. What did I do? I was only educating wisdom. So people never knew what is road. I have to explain what is road. Only after I explained road, each civilian worldwide knew what is road only after my education. I educated how our fellow mankind, my blood drops, worldwide, stand on the hot sun. It's never easy to work on that, putting that road work and tar road. It will be too much of heat. It can create a lot of chemical reactions to their human operating system, but they risk their life. They choose to work on those labor. And I educated. See, this is how these are the humans, this is how the construction workers provide the labor, hard labor, and the road is formed. It's just not only road. They provide a sustainable town planning processing. I explained that. So when I say sustainable urban means it's like too much of a fancy words for the civilians. So I have to provide a layman, user-friendly way of education. I said then during natural disasters there will be raindrops that will coming down, and then that will be collected as a water as a flood. So when they create a well-planned, sustainable town planning solutions, urban solutions, it's called as that terminology. When they provide that kind of an excellent services, whenever the rain drops on the road, it will get observed, or when they have the sides of the both left and right sides of the road, when they have that water to be collected, it gets collected and then it gets into the rightful wastage process, and then when those waters are getting cleaned, it gets collected to the rivers, ponds, lakes, and waterfalls and oceans. Okay. Then what more I educated? Then there's a curbside where whenever people want to stop in for some emergency, then they can stop. Then when they have a long distance, then they have even rest areas and other small convenience stores where people can stop by. So these are all the labors that is provided by whom? Not machines, by civilians, the strangers. This is what I educated. And I also educated, regardless of Benz, regardless of Rolls-Royce, regardless of Porsche, regardless of Honda, regardless of Hyundai, regardless of Ford, regardless of Chevy, regardless of Chrysler, regardless of whatever brand you call what, Kia, regardless of many things are there, right? A Toyota, regardless of anything, you name it. Without any discrimination, only people have to drive. So how that economic status also creates discrimination among the blood cells of the civilians just because the type of vehicle they drive, isn't it? When for me, I can handle in a healthy way, but what if my civilians, they don't know, right? So then there again the reckless driving comes, right? Where people who drive in a very higher end vehicles on the road, they drive recklessly, they think that cops cannot catch them, and they really don't care even if they create an accident because they can afford it. Right? That is wrong. That is absolutely wrong. And then what if the other people driving and they by accident hit on that higher end vehicles on the road? That creates a lot of havoc for the middle class and the low income people. So why? So who created all the scandal among the innocent humans who are born to only love innocent? We humans are born champions to love. We are the definition of love after all. A personification of clean love. So who destroyed that processing? Who? It is you? No. It is me? No. It is then who? Who? Every single crap, every single hell creation, all directly traces only to St. Peter's Basilica of Vatican, Pope Francis, and the team scraps only. They are the ones. They want people to fight with each other, discriminate with each other, enslave each other, hate each other, kill and die every single day. And out of that bloodshed alone, they can drink tax. There again, they created all this kind of stuff for tax. Only my dear fellow mankind. Nobody knew. So that means a higher end vehicle owners, they never knew that by they are looking low, the other people down, it's created by Pope Francis, they never knew. But they go to the Roman Catholic Church, they attend the Mass regularly, they say the Rosary regularly. If you see, those higher end people means what? President Trump. I don't know what the denomination he is, but, okay, or Mitch McConnell, or Brett Kavanaugh, or even President Joe Biden. I don't know, it's my understanding. Vice President Kamala Harris has her own religious faith, but I don't want to, But then, Vice President Pence, they all say Rosary, isn't it? They all say Our Father, the Lord's Prayer. Regardless of the denomination, any Christian you call, they will by default say Lord's Prayer, by default. Because right from childhood they will know, they will learn that in the Sunday school, in the church, or wherever they go to. Right? So what went wrong? What went wrong in the humanity? Why President Trump never knew he should never create poverty to me? Why Brett Kavanaugh never knew that he can never do not have any birthright to steal the rightful Supreme Court job that belongs to me, and top of it that also never should have created Rupert. Why? He never knew. So what went wrong? Did Lord's Prayer went wrong? Did Rosary went wrong? Did church masses went wrong? Did Holy Communion went wrong? What went wrong? Did church facilities went wrong? Everything traces to Pope Francis. Got it? Can you all see? And I went one step further and I educated, okay, these truck drivers, they are the core. They are the backbone. They are the backbone of basic essentials that needs to be provided to each and every single civilian. And I educated, hey civilian, you are wearing your clothing, modest clothing to cover your nudity, isn't it? Be it men or women. So do you all know how the clothing are created from the scratch? I educated that. Until I educated, people never knew. All people thought was they can go to Old Navy or wherever the shop, and they can throw the dollars and get the clothing and they can wear it. They never knew how the dress was created. They never knew until I educated. I stepped in and educated. Hey women, you are wearing all your inner garments, right? Or men wearing the inner garments. Do you all know how those are created? I educated. And belts, wearables, you name it, bells, the jewelries, right? The jewelries, the shoes, the footwears. I educated each and everything. And what is the labor? What is the labor provided? They are not provided by machines, my dear fellow mankind. They are provided by civilians having blood color red only. Oh, and that was the first time people were getting that kind of a wisdom education. People never knew. People never knew how the Nike shoes is created. They go, they pay the dollars and get the Nike shoe. That's all. Right? So can you all see how pathetic each nation? I'm not saying only USA. When I was educating 193 nations because I knew 193 nations been destroyed. They never knew. They never knew until I educated. Then I went one step further. Then from that farming, it's called farming. It comes under the agriculture umbrella. Right? I educated what is agriculture then. Then people never even knew how they are able to eat rice. They never knew how they are able to eat vegetable. Then I have to educate what is vegetable, what is rice category. Rice category comes under the carbohydrates. It calls the grains. There are different long list of grains. Like millets, like rice, like maize, like corn, like that. And vegetables, there are long list like spinach, like fruits means like banana, oranges, strawberries, like that. Then fats means like healthy fats means milk, cheeses. like that, butter, like that. Until I educated, people never knew how all these were created from the scratch, from the farming, how the farm people, they sweat their blood. It's never easy. If they are going to put the seed on a rice plantation, today itself it will not grow. They have to wait. There's a waiting time. If they're going to provide a strawberry plantation or an apple plantation, they have to wait. If they're going to put the seed today it will grow, tomorrow it will bear the fruit. No. It grows, it has its own time. So then farmers can provide their labor, then they have to wait for the God's labor. When all these natural disasters are coming, then it will be the farmers who first get impacted, and directly our households will get impacted, because we getting the foods will get impacted. This is what I educated. So okay, in all these things, and how on the earth is it God creating the natural disasters? Then I went and educated. What is galaxy? What is Milky Way? What is stars? What is sky? What is oceans? What is planet? What is the scope for sun? What is moon? What is atmosphere layers? What is ozone layer? And that is a layer is very important for our humans to have a healthy enough breathing. What are the different layers, the laser, and what are the different rays, ultraviolet rays? They say the sun's rays, if it is going to in a wrongful way, then it can create lot of health issues, right? Sunburn to cancer to whatnot. I educated, okay, farmers do their part. They work on providing healthy soil, mix it with the manure. Manure means it's the feces of animals. Mostly it is always a cow dung. It's called as a cow dung. It is a one source of energy as well. Back in India, the cow dung is they worship cows as God, and I explained why. Because the cows without cows never went to the law school. Cows never went to the medical school. Okay? But then cows never knows that they are born and to die to help only the fellow mankind, and that was different species. We are different species, isn't it? You go look for the leather shoes, leather garments, or leather anything. They're all created from the skin of animals only. Mostly it is cow. Yes, it can be even created from crocodile skin and any skin for that matter. So then, can you see? It gives meat, it gives milk, anything, you name it. And even the cow dung, back in India, they use it for, they dry that up, right? And then they use it for, as a reliable, sustainable heat energy source for heating, like cooking gas, like instead of natural gas, they bring all the, when you're going to the camping, what do you do? When you're going to the camping, you go, you have that logs, right? You put that logs and then you make it a fire. It's the same way, instead of logs, they provide that cow dung thing. Even in the camping, they provide that starter, right? That's created out of that cow dung manure only. It is super excellent source of energy to create the fire. So I educated that. So people never knew what is agriculture until I educated, right? People were thinking, oh, they can have a cup of rice just like that. Coolest, isn't it? Go to Costco, get a cup of rice. Sounds good. But then they never knew what processing, what labor has to be provided for them to eat a cup of rice, a cup of milk. I educated them. Then what did I educate? These truck drivers have to bring that whatever that created from manufacturing facility, be it vehicles, right? So I have to educate. Okay, you're seeing Benz or you're seeing Ford cars, how they are created. People thought, okay, they can go to the car dealership, just throw the dollars and get the vehicle. But then I educated what is a vehicle, how it is created, how it is designed, what is the labor provided. See, it's never created by machines, it's created by humans only. Robots are there to provide just healthy help to finish the task easy, that's all. And after that only everybody got educated. Oh my gosh, how excellent labor is provided by agriculture services alone, worldwide. Agriculture is an umbrella. Then I said, without these truck drivers, nothing will happen. They are the magicians after all. They are the champions, right? When the truck driver, they're going to the vehicle manufacturing facility, whether be it Benz or Ford or whatever facility, to travel with all those heavy vehicles, be it cars or SUVs or small trucks or whatever, or the boats or whatever on the large trucks. When they're traveling on the road, they never know who is going to get those vehicles, right? Strangers. Can you see how strangers only worldwide, they're all dependent on each other. We humans are dependent on each other. The moment we became an embryo cell, right? Without sperm cell, without ovum cell, we could not be created. So we are dependent on each other. That's the truth. But then it's all on a healthy processing. But how I'm displaying with the proof how Pope Francis destroyed everything, right? So these truck drivers have to go to the milk producing facility, be it nut milk or be it cow's milk. They have to go to that facility and bring tanks and liters and gallons of milk on their truck, and they have to travel to the wherever they have to provide it. It's the same for clothing. It's the same for everything. Okay, it's not only truck, then I have to provide how airways are used in that, how ships are used in that. So it's all labor. So then I have to explain how airplane is built from scratch, because people can see only airplane, right? They go to the airport, they walk on fast on the airport and get in the queue, get in the line. People never like to get through the checking part of it with whatever that's going on, right? And I educated that not how it should work. People should take it. Because everything is created by humans only, right? Innocent humans. Even before the flight, the pilot teams get into the flight, it will be the other people around on the, on the ground will be directing labor, hard labor. Right? All pure strangers only. I educated a pilot should say a word of prayer, because it's not he only driving the plane. There will be minimum 200-300 people who lives are there. Drive responsibly. Do not drive reckless. Ask God to give the strength. Then if there is even the natural disasters that come, that is very minute part. Even that natural disaster, Pope only is creating, I proved. Pope Francis only is creating all the natural disasters, my dear fellow mankind. Please do not laugh, it's never a funny thing. That is the reality. He is going to be thrown in the volcano. Watch and see. Then I have to educate why railways are used for transports. How ships can be used for healthy trading. How ship is built. So people never knew. People owning boats, they go to the shop, get the boat. Then I have to explain, see, this is how the boats are created. See, this is how the ships are created. It means people, first time they got that kind of an education. Okay, so these truck drivers are the backbone of the grocery shops. You got it, right? No truck drivers, no grocery shops. No truck drivers, no Walmart. No truck drivers, no Costco. No truck drivers, Nothing. So they are the backbone. They are the backbone of retail processing, agriculture processing. Right? So how, if at all, when people knows the truth of the risk part of that, they risk their own lives, right? If they get into an accident, they'll be gone. These truck drivers. They have their own families and children too. They have feelings, emotions, everything too, right? On the other end, most of the time the accidents caused by the trucks, it will be whether because of that, overtiredness, overwhelming, exhausting. Because they are mandated to drive on the early hours, right? Odd hours. Because, and sometimes when it is during the rush hour time also they have to drive. And then the weather, the mother nature, the snow, that plays another role. If it is raining heavily, that plays another role. So also. Those are all out of control. Those are all out of control. Right? It can happen. When it's a road, even when they clean the road on the snowy day, the truck can skid. And it can never be their fault. And it can never be the other people's fault either. Then whether they're that second, if they're going to meet with an accident, it's an accident. And it'll be direct ticket to the death only. Because the truck is a huge vehicle, isn't it? And what if they are going to travel with the gasoline? And if they are going to meet with an accident? It'll be fire, right? Dangerous gases, dangerous gasoline when they're traveling. Can you see how? So when a civilian knows the risk job of what exactly the truck drivers do, they will, the civilians like you and me will absolutely provide enough pathway, leave enough space for them, because just providing that little bit of healthy help for the truck drivers can help them also, isn't it? Instead of tailgating and making as if they want to rush, no. If you're going to go late for an interview, that's the way it is. Prepare 1 hour early. Right? Calculate the snow weather, calculate the rainy weather, calculate the traffic jam, and drive a little 1 hour early. It's no big a deal if you're going to go to the interview facility and wait there. That is better than going late. And if it is late, it's late. Say it is late and handle it. But why people have to rush? No. Even when you're going to the work, yes, you all have your own regular times, 8 to 5 or like that. But if it's going to be late, late. Don't rush. Just because you're going to rush, what people are going to see. So then I have to explain the other things. How emotionally, let's say, if people are having family food or family fight, or stressful mode with any kind of their billing payment or whatever, they have to drive. What if people are seriously sick or seriously having cancer? Then those are emotions. They have to drive on the road with those emotions, multitasking. Drive safe. Drive safe. Yes, it is tough. People will cry on the road and still driving, right? When their loved ones are died or whatever. It's all emotional. So how many different kinds of people will be driving on the road? I educated how many pregnant women will be driving. So when the civilians are driving safely, how sound and safe and peaceful that babies will be sleeping in their wombs without any disturbance. That is how the road ethics are, isn't it? Should be. We don't know. We cannot keep on asking, hey, are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? No, but there will be pregnant women. It's a known thing. So drive safe. When you're driving safe, it's going to save that baby's life, a soldier's life, right? That baby is going to grow as a soldier of God one fine day. So each and every single basic humanity I have to educate, people never knew. Okay, so when I finished every education of this part, then what more I went and educated. It is going 37, you all know, but I have to educate this, right? Why? Why in this particular session of the fast food session? You might be wondering. You all will know now, this moment. Okay, so these people, these truck drivers people, you all know about their job, the risk job, everything. So for them alone, it is one of the reasons that they created the recreation area, the restroom area, everything on the highways like that. So then these fast foods are also created mainly for them, but then for other people like you and me when we are going for the long trip routes, right? So they have to stop by, because we humans, we feel hungry, or we humans want to get some food that can help us to be awake when we are driving like that. So they stop down and they go to the McDonald's, have food. I educated. I slapped on the face of McDonald's. Nobody did that. Meaning, McDonald's never knew one fine day this Vethapriya will slap on the face of McDonald's. I have to say McDonald's because on the fast food category, let's put umbrella as a McDonald's as an umbrella. So there is Burger King, there's Panda Express, there is Panera Bread, there is whatnot, right? Subway, everything. Noodles and company. But when they go to the McDonald's, are they getting healthy organic foods? No. Right? No. They have to shell out their dollars and get what food? Junk food. So what McDonald's is doing to their own fellow mankind. So here it does not even come to the picture of whether the people are red color, white color, green color, yellow color, purple color skin. Oh, you are laughing, isn't it? Black or white skin, what type of religious faith, what type of ethnicity. But looking, people can almost guess it. Or even with their talk, like accent, I have an accent, I already said, right? So people can figure it out. But then, beyond that, why the humanity failed? Are there monsters who are working in McDonald's? No, right? Is the truck driver a monster? No, right? So then, why on the earth McDonald's is the purest form of Republica? Do you all know that? So it is worldwide. It is worldwide. It is in Europe. It is in everywhere. This McDonald's. It's a Republica. It's a Republica, right? So what's the definition? Can you see the definition of the Republica is also got destroyed? They say conservative values, tradition values. They are the perfect humans born from heaven only. They are white skin. So they are their purest form of holy, 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 right? What food they offer to those truck drivers who risk their own lives for you and me to provide that food on the dinner table. What food McDonald's is providing to them? Is it healthy food? No, right? Then these truck drivers, they had no other go. They have to get some kind of food because they have been traveling state to state, county to county, city to city, long distance. They feel hungry, they have to get something from the restaurant and they have to pay the dollars and inject unhealthy food in their human system, no matter what. So that time, see, can you see the human brain is like when I discipline, when I educate, that moment people can understand, then it will be gone. So that is why I should get that Supreme Judge law so that I could have provided all this guidance already, isn't it? That time after my education, McDonald's and those fast food chains, they thought, okay, they will work on some kind of reform. They banned certain foods like that. But now again, you're seeing with the proof, it's not right. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Popeyes. Now in this COVID-19 time frame, how many never went out to the fast foods and had any of the fast foods? Even the truck drivers. And still the reform is being provided worldwide, isn't it? So I'm pretty much sure, my dear fellow mankind, the who were in the truck company, the owners, the CEOs of the truck companies who are providing the jobs for these truck drivers, they themselves will provide a healthy, organic meal for the breakfast, the lunch and the dinner as a package and provide it to those truck drivers with healthy standards. That way they do not even have to get down. Maybe they can take a break here and there and they still get to have a healthy food right inside the truck because the CEOs or the manufacturing, the truck companies are providing them with healthy food, isn't it? That's a healthy processing. That's a humane processing, right? So tell me, what is before and after process? Before means not evolved. After means evolved. So that means I provided a fast food reform itself. So can you all see what are the changes that's been happening worldwide? It's not on it's a whole God's Holy Spirit part of it. Why? People could sense it worldwide. I provided a fast foods reform also already. People are working on that. McDonald's fears me only. Starbucks fears me only. I said, Starbucks goes to Colombia, South America. The lower waged farmers, the coffee farmers, get it for the cheapest rate because, the currency is different. It's not going to be that way anymore. Because each civilian in South America, they are my blood drops. So this Starbucks gets the coffee beans. There are different types of coffees, right? The Arabica or the strong roasted, whatever they call it for their fancy way of marketing, right? They get it back to the United States of America. So they provide a very low capital investment. But here, a cup of coffee is $5. State tax, federal tax, and those tax will be eaten by Pope Francis. People have to drink that coffee. And how many unhealthy stuff has been added into it, they will not even tell. So people have to pay that $5 and get their health also impacted with that. So they make hell money out of what? Out of torturing fellow mankind. Are Starbucks people monsters? Tell me. No, right? There was reform, lot of reform. People knew that when it's coming to the civil justice law of court, every single people worldwide will have to face that judgment day. And it has been going on forever. They fear me only. Starbucks fears me only. Nobody else. Hershey's chocolate fears me only, nobody else. Godiva chocolate fears me only, nobody else. People were thinking it is okay to be inhumane. It is okay to live in illusion. It is okay to drink fellow mankind human blood. Became a normal way of life. It's okay like that. No. Now tell me, what would you all have done if you all are a cook when a truck driver stops by at your food services? It's okay. Now this truck is just only one scenario. How many people like you and me will go to the McDonald's, isn't it? There'll be pregnant women, there'll be toddlers, there'll be children, there'll be retired people, there'll be unemployed, there'll be richest people, there'll be low income people, there'll be doctors, everybody, you name lawyers, anybody can go to the restaurant and can eat food, right? So what type of the food they're going to provide? Is it going to be healthy standards? So why? For how long? Okay, I want to provide a track record for you here, right? Let's provide a track record of 50 years because that is the shortest. Okay, do you all want to have 100 years? Okay, we can still go with that 100 years of track record. So these McDonald's has been there, right, for a long while. If not 50 years, at least 30 years, let's put. What healthy processing they provided to the humans. Cost of living is high. Then what more I educated? It is I educated, stepped in and educated. The hourly wages must be increased. Right? Because the McDonald's, the Subway, they all were getting $5 per 1 hour like that. Very less. Then only even the governments even got educated. Oh, is it? Oh my God! The governments of each nation is providing that much low wages. Oh, that's not right. When? Only after I educated. Otherwise, they would have still be providing only $5 an hour or $2 an hour. Are they humans? Are Senate humans? You tell me. Today, they are telling, oh, they can provide a $15 minimum wage. Are they still humans? Tell me. Can you all see? I have to say that very specifically because I have to display why President Trump is innocent. Why President Joe Biden is not? What if I own everything? I own McDonald's, I own Starbucks, I own USA, I own everything. For a tit-for-tat process, I can say, hey, USA, provide only $10 per hour wages to Mitt Romney, the Senate. What will Mitt Romney will say? Freeze all the bank accounts. For he bankrupted state of Detroit. Freeze all the bank accounts for Mitt Romney. What will USA say? And I can say it's the same thing to the Senate, the state of Vermont, the Bernie Sanders, who talk very nicely. Right? Okay, USA pay only $10 or $5 per hour wage for Bernie Sanders and freeze all these bank accounts and let him live with $5 per hour wages daily. Let him go stand in the queue for the welfare and beg. And the welfare have to wait to get the welfare services, those poverty people have to wait forever. Still by living with the $5 per hour wages. What can people get for $5? So are they humans? Okay. What about Nancy Pelosi? I can ask for tit for tat process. Just slap on her face left and right. Right? She's a purest form of prostitute. I can say, hey, USA, provide only $2 per hour wages for Nancy Pelosi. Freeze all her bank accounts. Let her live with the $2 per hour wages. And let her wait on the queue for the welfare benefits. Will she get it or not? Will Medicare, Medicaid processing will give her the benefits or not? Let her wait. So then she can understand the other people. That's not how the civil justice functions, right? I already said, it's never my job to go and educate, this is what it is, this is what it is. No. But I have to do it anyways because I have to get civil justice for myself. And I have to get civil justice for my fellow mankind. Today they are making it as a big news, a $15 minimum wage, how cunning these people are, self-centered these people are. Right? So can you see why President Trump is innocent one side and President Joe Biden is not? Yes, my dear fellow mankind, President Joe Biden must get out of White House immediately. Abruptly resign, just get out. I know how to provide hourly wages. People were wanting me only to be the leader because they knew my governance is so excellent and I heaven way people, each and every single dust will live in peace. I educated and I provided that education. In my governance, each dust in each nation will live in peace. I educated. This one sentence people will just relate it. Oh, yes. This same sentence, this lady, oh yeah, we can remember. I educated in my governance, a 9-month-old baby can crawl on a rush hour highway safest and come back to its home. People got that wisdom education. It will be excellence. It will be excellence. In my governance, my population in the nation will say they don't know how to hurt fellow mankind, and all the people will rushing to that nation only. Right? Because the clean love, the purest form of love. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, I have to provide this overview and testimony because this civil justice war, this crime provided by fast foods. So did they provided any basic essentials? You go figure out the correct answer for yourselves. I leave the choice to you. Did they provided healthy food for the fellow mankind like you and me when we went to those restaurants and had food? You go figure out the correct answer for yourselves. At least today, this moment, you all one more time got educated how truck drivers, they risk their own lives every single day. Right? They are the backbone of agriculture services. They are the backbone of retail services. They are backbone of the grocery services. Without their truck drivers, they cannot even operate. So let's say if there is a truck drivers, they are going to provide a strike, they are going to say they are not going to provide any services. for 1 day or a 2 day, or let's say even for a week or a month, Walmart will shut down, Amazon will shut down, everything will shut down just like that. So who created this hell for you and me, for entire worldwide? Who? Pope Francis. It is Pope Francis educated the McDonald's to feed the wrongful food to those truck drivers. That way he can eat the tax out of it. It is Pope Francis educated USA government to provide low wages to those people who shed their blood and work multiple jobs in McDonald's, many things. Provide only low wages. Pope Francis only educated. Even today, after all, they know, right? The Senate, Mitt Romney, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, they all know the cost of living today. But they don't know the real people's have to handling with it, because they have enough fundings in their bank account. They do not even have to worry about what billing they have to pay. I already said their monthly expenses will be in millions maybe. So they don't care. Right? If not millions, let's say even few thousands, right? So they don't care. They just don't care. So everybody knows this Vethapriya, when she steps in and starts leading and provides the governance, oh my gosh, all nations, not only United States of America, each and every single nation will be heaven. Population will be swimming only in heaven. People will be living in peaceful love, clean love. Everything will be new. Whatever that was a hell will be gone in ashes. Everybody knew, everybody wanted me only to be the Supreme Court judge. And just because I was only educating wisdom, United States of America, President Trump threw acid on me when I was only educating, and he was providing whatever task the supporters they are praising President Trump for. All the task he provided is only because of my education only. And he just threw the acid on my face. This is what Republicans do. This is a live testimony, my dear fellow mankind. This is what Republicans will do. They are merciless people. He was able to track down me, but he could have easily stepped in and said, but then I educated why he became helpless on that end too, right? Because a scandal in a scandal in a scandal, it's not a one word, president word that goes for the government here, no. That is a very poorest form of government operation after all. And Mitch McConnell threw acid on me. And Brett Kavanaugh just to steal that rightful job, the Supreme Court job, when entire human kingdom, because I was working on that education only. Everybody wanted me only to, every nations wanted me only to be their national leaders. Every nation wanted me only to be their supreme judge. But Brett Kavanaugh wanted to steal that job, rightful job to me. Out of all these three people, it's Brett Kavanaugh who's at fault highest mode. He is a true criminal after all. I got that robocall from, I figured it out, it is a US cellular and it is from Washington DC. The US cellular is headquartered in Chicago, isn't it? I don't know, I think, but Chicago has a tie-up with the US cellular, whatever. But it is US Cellular's provided that. So you all get it. When I'm providing all the civil justice, why it is very crucial means It's just not I am going to be helped. It's because with this civil justice that's going to be provided to me, entire human kingdom will be provided with the help. That is wisdom after all. And I have to provide fastest way, but then when I have to say that overview and education part of it, it becoming little delayed. Otherwise, I'll be reading through only. I have to only keep on reading through. That itself is a lot of labor. And for displaying all the government errors, it is USA must step in and provide me all the help right now. Department of Justice is broken in pieces. Right? Whoever signed injustice, they are all the absolute prostitutes. Purest form of prostitutes. Are they humans? Are they humans? I don't know whether they have family, children, married, whatever. I do not even have to know about that. Bottom line, they signed injustice. Forever it's a scar created in their services, right? It's a lifetime scar, they took it on themselves. Because they cannot even say to me anything, because I was preventing that only. But they never got it. Always it's been like that way for me. I will always educate wisdom, and the people who are in the opposite side, they will never listen to me. Now I'm for until death, they have to live with that stress, and they will die only in that stress alone. If at all they have conscious nerves in those 4 or 5 people. See, these Republicans, they do not even have conscious nerves. They do not have humane nerves. The blood cells level, they have been destroyed by Pope Francis. So as a civil doctor, I know their patients, right? When people don't know what is the difference between justice and injustice, that is a brain malfunction. They are the ones who have to get the medical evaluation after all, isn't it? So everywhere this humanity got destroyed is because of this Pope Francis, my dear fellow mankind. Pope Francis. When they were able to, when the Department of Health Services, they know when I file for $500 billion means it is $500 billion worth of scam they provided. Right? I am the first human to stood up and slap on the Department of Health Services and educated. There is a count of hospital is less. Count of McDonald's is more. So that means the disease life cycle itself are provided. People have to go to McDonald's, get the junk food, get diseased, go back to the hospital, then they get a lot of money out of it. But they will not have enough hospitals, and then they will also provide another scam. Only in-network providers. Out of network means there will be 3 times of the cost you have to pay. Health insurance scandal. I will come. They know, they fear me only. Right? Already Hewlett Packard must have been locked up in the jail for do-it-yourself project. They cannot escape, my dear fellow mankind. No. They cannot. Can you see how everything gets in it's a spider web mode the Pope Francis created that nobody could figure it out? Because in medical services, St. Mary's Hospital is the one of the umbrella. All the other are very cheapest hospitals. Be it individual started hospital, they go buy it up. St. Mary's. St. Jude's Cancer for Children Hospital is also what? So can you see how I'm frying Pope Francis in ashes? He's dead already. He's dead already. I said he cannot step in the church and provide mass, isn't it? But he did anyways. He can think that he can fool the people around and get away with whatever crime he did. No. He is the cursed one. 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 He's dead already. I chopped his head. Not today. Not today. Not few minutes ago. In fall of 2016. And I will reveal that also later, one by one, one by one. Today, it is a proof that people are getting to know it is Pope Francis, the COVID-19 plague, who created the COVID-19 plague, and Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks became the puppets and the prostitutes, the slaves to Pope Francis, who are prostituting with Queen Elizabeth II, created that can. Boom, I proved it. Now population will not talk against government, isn't it? Because they know what is the truth. Now government also will not fool the population because government also knows the truth. They were thinking that Pope Francis teams and the Jesuits organization are separate organizations. They are not anything, they have nothing to do with the USA government. Today they got it. All the USA government operations are provided by, funding is provided by Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis. So they have to throw them in the volcano. Now they know it. So this education has been going on since what, 2000, spring 2014, 15, 2014, to spring 2014, spring 2015, spring 2016, spring 2017, spring 2018, spring 2019, spring 2020, spring of 2021. 8 years. And I started in March only, and we are in March. Can you see why God is God always, all the time? All the time. In this 8 years, it is the software world are working towards the task I provided because they get that message. You know, they say that we are all think alike, means those people, they got that message. They knew Warren Buffett, who's the wealthiest person, he knew Bill Gates, they knew right in front of the eyes there's $1 trillion project provided by Vethapriya. Oh, we should not miss it. They all knew. We are all in the software world people, we are all in the same page. But then there is that gap between the government. They don't get it. They want to be only in the caveman era. Mitch McConnell want to be only in the Hitler era. Right. The Brett Kavanaugh wanted to be only in the Stone Age era. They are all taking the USA government back. USA nation itself back. They destroyed already. I'm saying I can step in and take this USA moving forward. The 3 years out of 8 years, just 3 years if I would have been in the Supreme Court judge job, imagine what heaven processing I would have provided, right? That healthiest processing all got destroyed, okay? What if I was there in Hewlett-Packard? At least there I could have provided the design, right? The Medicaid. Even that they never allowed me to do it. And what if the Associated Bank allowed me to continue with their job? I have excellent design. I'm a excellent design solution provider. But then my talent got wasted. My personal life impacts got provided on me on injustice way. Right? This is how they destroy the career of fellow mankind. The Republicans are capable of doing that. What if I was there only in American Family Insurance? That was also a scandal after all. $1 trillion scandal. When these people, they contract with the contracting companies, if their dealings with the contracting companies is not aligning, they will just ask them to go, and they really don't care if that contracting employees are also getting laid off. No, they just don't care about that. So how, when people are going to ask me why the break, then I have to say, if certain things I have to say certain things, it is out of control, right? Who created those hell for me? Pope Francis, isn't it? It's Pope Francis. What if Department of Children Families had me? I would have provided excellent design to them, isn't it? They all got, they were never able to get my wisdom of why I'm saying there's an error, that there's a deadly scandal going on. They're never able to get it. These foolish people, they will not get it. Because they have to answer to the government, because all their entire software services is wrong. So that means the software developers have to put in, where will they keep their face? When it's never their fault, but made to look at fault, because entire software design is wrong. So they scapegoated me and they just threw me out, threw acid on me. But beyond that, today, this moment, all of them will be the happiest people on their earth. In their heart, they'll be happiest. Oh, is that Vethapriya? Oh, wow, like that. Because, do you know why? It's because nobody knew the truth. I decoded only later, right? So that means they all provided the whatever love they can show me on without knowing who I am only. Today they will be only shedding tears of shame. How they threw acid on me, on an innocent. They lost eligibility to apologize to me because years gone, age gone, right? And mandated to live in the scars, to be left out, to be mocked and bullied by only educated population, right? The society full of educated population. Entire retail infrastructure is wrong. Entire infrastructure design of insurance is wrong. Entire infrastructure design of any manufacturing, any public sector, any private sector services is wrong. This is a reality. People have to accept it. But if at all they provided me the opportunity to step in and provide the design solutions for them, architect solutions for them, I would have provided excellent services. Right? So talent was mandated to be wasted. Why? Queen Elizabeth and Pope Francis only educated them. Queen Elizabeth and Pope Francis only educated Hewlett Packard to lay off me. Queen Elizabeth and Pope Francis only educated Associated Bank to lay off me. Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis only educated Department of Children Families to lay off me and destroyed my career path. Right? What would you all have done? I mean, I was only educating wisdom. Nothing but wisdom. Low wages population were wanting me only to be the leader of the nation. They knew once when I step in, I will provide healthy services for them. The labor union population, they knew. The construction worker population, they knew. And down the road only I decoded the truth of myself. That truth itself is shattering me to pieces. I'm torn in pieces after all. Yes, it is the happiest truth I decoded. But then, at what cost? After crucified in so many versions, then I decoded the truth. I should not have decoded the truth, but I decoded the truth. So I feel it is God's plan for me to decode the truth. That is why God chose me to work on the Poverty-Free Earth project. Because only after I finished that project by spring 2016 itself I finished. Right? But then from 2016 to 2019, I decoded more truth that just shattered me in pieces. I am the true owner of USA. And why all people threw acid on me? The true identity stripped off. Self-esteem stripped off. Career paths was enforced. No help. Right? So I will get justice my way. It's okay if people are mocking at me. I will say pay $500,000 trillion in bank account. It's okay. Let McDonald's go crazy, let Starbucks go crazy, let Panera Bread go crazy, whatever. I say pay $500,000 trillion for one fatal negligence. They never educated. USA can never create robocall. By default, they created the robocall. Who destroyed it? It is Pope Francis who created hell after hell after hell after hell for me. Crucifixion after crucifixion after crucifixion for me. And he not only created hell for me alone, right? He destroyed 7.9 plus billions of humans worldwide. Don't y'all think he should be fried in ashes? Must get out. He can fool people and get his way back into the church facility. No. He will surely be gone in ashes. He will surely be gone in ashes. It is Pope Francis said to the Mitch McConnell, don't steal that job that rightful belongs to Vethapriya and provide the robocall. It is Pope Francis who educated Mitch McConnell. I can bail out Mitch McConnell, but I have to fry Pope Francis in ashes. Always, disease creators are at fault, never innocent. The abusive are victims of abuse, as well. Because there is innocent and at fault mode. Mitch McConnell is innocent and at fault. Brett Kavanaugh is innocent and at fault. President Trump is innocent and at fault. President Joe Biden is innocent and at fault. Yeah, it became 1 hour and 21 minutes, and I will quickly read through the civil justice one more time. So you all got it, the crime that's being provided by the fast foods, right? So I provided the fast foods reform not today, long time back. And I chopped head of Pope Francis in fall of 2016. If I could remember exactly, it was September-ish only. Who is that? Mother Teresa. She was given the title of saint, right? Even that time I educated, don't stop. Don't do it. Means I was educating Pope Francis as a civilian only. I never knew in October of 2016 I am going to nail him down that he is the hell creator for all. That is why God is God, my dear fellow mankind. In October 2016 I chopped his head. Right in front of entire human kingdom, right in front of entire human nations. Facebook knows. Whoever worked with me in the volunteer in that project knows. I just like that chopped his head. Pope Francis' head. I chopped the head of Queen Elizabeth's head. That time itself. Because we all need to know the true root who is creating poverty. Just right before that Pope Francis, Queen Elizabeth II, I confirmed it is the doctors who are creating the poverty. But then more analysis that tracked me down and I solved that puzzle. And the doctors are creating the poverty is still proved. Today, Dr. Branch and Dr. Fauci, they themselves fell into that scandal, and they, right in front of entire human kingdom, they proved that yes, it is the doctors who are creating the poverty for mankind. They proved. So nobody can escape. So Department of Health Services must pay me $500 billion, no matter what. Let them go crazy, let them curse me to death, let them wish me dead, let them backstab me, let them do what not. They have to pay me $500 billion. Even after death, I will surely get all this money. And I can say who gets to have that money. It's my choice, isn't it? It's my choice. I can say when the civil justice is being provided to me, I can say who gets to have all this financial aid. I get to choose. I get to decide. It's my life. So yes, that part I have to reveal one by one, right? So let's finish this with the civil justice sign off here. For me, first of all, Pope Francis must get out of the earth. Queen Elizabeth must get out of the earth, no matter what. And only in volcano. Only in Hawaii. Because Hawaii is Tamil Nadu, then the 300 millions of humans will know, oh yeah, we never knew that. The population in the United States and each and every single Europe nations are innocent. Only thing they don't know what it is, what the scandal is about. Yes, so this civil justice is all about the crime, the $1 trillion crime provided by the fast food agencies. So I just took McDonald's and Starbucks to be the umbrella. So there are long list of coffee shops, long list of cake shops, long list of cupcake shops, long list of ice cream shops. And if you're going to take McDonald's, there is a long list of KFC, blah, 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 long list of fast food. So I just picked just two. That's all. When they're going to fix, all the other fast foods are going to get fixed. There's no denying, because people, when they are in traveling, when they are in need, then they might have to go to those restaurants. But hey, provide healthy processing, healthy food, right? Reform everything. Providing junk food is not a basic essentials, right? But Dr. Fauci and Dr. brings full population on that end too. For me, it is too much of emotional, because instead of Department of Health Services should have face to face it to me and answered my lawsuit. They just provided havoc for entire human kingdom. I just cannot tolerate that. I just cannot. And I sure will get the medical compensation for entire human kingdom. My blood is super boiling because of that injustice alone. Is okay. If at all I want to keep on going, it will keep on going. So I will cut short with that overview and the testimony part of it. And I will quickly read through this civil justice one more time. I, Vethapriya Prose, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil judge, own the text for ongoing civil justice sign-off, at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA-Republica government and USA Democrat government as in USA Retails Fast Foods agencies created robocall poverty mandate and with fatal negligence failed to educate. USA cannot create the robocall poverty mandate and by default created Republica USA robocall poverty mandate to I, Vethapriya Prose, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil Supreme Judge, and Republica government, GOP leader Mitch McConnell, President Trump, Supreme Court Judge Brett Kavanaugh in October 2018 enforced poverty mandate to I, Vethapriya Prose, and abruptly on October 2018 took away $4,500 October 2000. Can you see how October 2016 versus October 2018? That is a live proof, isn't it? That's a live proof why Pope Francis only mandated that scam also to be created to me. It is because I displayed to the world that Pope Francis is the poverty creator. And that's a live proof. You all got it. Just 2 years. Throughout the year of 2017, people were tracking me down with that, that many missed calls. When I looked at that missed out calls, then only I realized. Microsoft, Google, Apple, I'm not Google though. It was Microsoft and Apple, customer service. Google was, when I got into this robocall thing, gift cards, Google Play gift cards, right, or whatever. See, for me, Google product, it's new, I would say, right? I know only certain things they provide and I use only that's all. It's still learning process. I don't know any of their Android operating system, how they operate, everything, I don't know. I have to learn. Even for Apple and Microsoft, I've been learning, but they all provided that. Then I was able to put all the puzzles together. Even Amazon, US Bank, Costco, Citibank, Walmart. Are they humans? I still use those products. Why should I even have to get out of this product? I own everybody, right? I own Microsoft, I own Costco, I own Walmart, I own Google, I own everything. When they threw acid on my face, why should I even have to bother? I will still live with the acid and let them all watch me live with the acid on my face. Let them all watch me live with the scars on my face. When I was only educating wisdom, Facebook threw acid on my face. It has to pay me $1 billion for the damages done to me, Facebook. And lost eligibility to apologize to me. I do not want Facebook to apologize to me. That will create lot of emotional trauma for me, torture to me. I will say just pay $1 billion for the damages created. With my education only, Even they wanted to get back into the finance services, Google, Apple, everything. I provided only wisdom education. They threw acid on my face. And I sure will get the civil justice my way only. So at-fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA-Republica government and USA Democrat government, USA retails, fast foods agencies, nations created robocall poverty mandate is proved. And when ruling USA, they never educated USA should never provide enforced poverty to I. Vethapriya PROSE. So civil justice is, I. Vethapriya PROSE wants Citibank CEO to pay off my debt $10,000 plus and sign off tax-free $5,000 and at fault found guilty of fatal negligence. USA-Republica government and USA Democrat government, USA-FCC-RETAILS fast food agencies, nations created robocall poverty mandate with fatal negligence, so must sign off tax-free $500,000 trillion to be direct deposited to my bank account for all types of damages done by selfish, cunning, Islam, Judaism, absolute monarchs types worldwide, wild endangered species and hell creators, and at fault and found guilty Holy Highness God of USA, Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis and Republican government of USA will provide needful help accordingly to be in the same page. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, this session went long. It is 1 hour 33 minutes. Please be patient. I have to provide all the crime and get the justice myself according to the Holy Bible guidelines only. Right? Whether McDonald's, Starbucks have to say they know what is Holy Bible or they have to say they don't know Holy Bible. And yes, I surely must get the civil justice now without any delay. USA must sign off the job offer. I should get the salary. I should get the rightful national benefits. In front of entire human kingdom, in front of entire human nation, entire nations, only I should get it. Because when USA don't know what is justice, then this is how I have to get the justice my way. I have to get the salary for PROSE. I have to get long list of salary. Associated Bank has to pay me the salary for laying me off just because I displayed Pope Francis only destroyed finance services. They have to pay me the salary for that because I provided the patented designing to them, design solutions to them. They cannot get away with by extracting my wisdom and they're just laying me off and making me poverty, isn't it? They have to pay me that salary. When they don't know what is justice, then I have to get the justice right in front of entire human kingdom only. Don't you all think so? Thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye for now.